queen.
It's our patriotic duty to have them here. She said there's a whole mess of them out in Boston, Massachusetts that don't do nothing all day long but clean up after the elephants in the zoo.
I think it's exciting. In a scary kind of way, don't you?
Oh, honestly, Patty. This filthy old depot.
Don't do that, girl. It ain't the right thing to do.
Well, Mr. Jackson, no.
They're only Nazis, and this town don't wave no nice hello to no Nazis. Especially you. Jewish people like you especially don't wave no nice hello.
Miss Lorna says they'll kill us in our sleep and take...
Hush that. They're gonna be locked up down there in the prison camp, and they'll do no such of a thing.
But Miss Lorna said...
Miss Lorna ain't got the sense God gave lettuce.
Let's move it.
So, das ist also Yankeesville, Georgia. Unsere neue Heimat.
You think that every time a GI catches a Nazi, that Nazi's going to be sent to Jenkinsville?
Of course not. They're going to catch them all, and that's too many.
Wie lebt man? Guck mal, da ist noch ein Neger. Ein richtiger schwarzer Mann. Ist vielleicht besser.
Oh, I sure do hope my cousin Thurston caught one of them Nazi roaches.
And shot his brother.
Mother. Mensch, ist das heiß. Dem Scheiß ist sofort. Da kann man wieder mal seine Beine ausstrecken.
Fool Roosevelt. Should have kept him over there. War's over there. Ought to kept it over there, where it belongs.
Nazis!
Danke. Ich nehm's als Kompliment.
Angel food?
Sure is. You minded yourself down at the depot?
Of course.
Acting like a lady?
Sure. You know, while I was down there and looking around, I had this idea that it was your Robert that caught the Nazis and then ordered his men to kill the ones that wouldn't hands up.
Ordered? Men? Girl, my Robert's a private first class and you knows it.
Ain't you gonna let me have a little test lick?
Mm-mm. I don't want no mouse tracks through this one here. You can have that little dab right there.
Actually, Ruth, as white icing goes, this one is quite formidable.
Again?
Formidable. Isn't it great?
That the word of the week?
Uh-huh. It means exciting dread and fear. I think it's a truly fine word, don't you?
I guess. You planning on taking a bath for supper?
Mm-hmm.
And put on your prettiest dress?
It's all scrunched up.
I'll run the iron over it. And keep your socks pulled up, girl. And don't say nothing smarty pants all evening long, and everything's gonna be just as nice can be.
Oh, happy birthday, Harry. You'll get your wish. Now, Sharon has another little birthday treat for you. Come on, doll. Up you go. Let's go. Here.
There once was a wonderful daddy, a daddy for me and for Patty. That's, who's married to Mommy, who fills up his tummy, and, but never makes him very fatty.
Oh, very good, very good.
That's a mighty nice poem, Sharon. I appreciate it.
Patty, help me with the rhyming.
You know, having a sweet, pretty little girl is always a pleasure. But having a real poet right in this house is special.
This is for me. Happy birthday.
Thank you. You know, Pearl.
Daddy, the initials here were hand done, just like that Mr. Askey in the magazine.
I said thank you, Patricia. As I was saying, Pearl, it ain't gonna do this town one bit of good having that cane bumped down.
There's also a card here, and it's got pretty little bluebirds writing it like that.
Sit down. Don't ever interrupt me while I'm talking.
Is that a bluebird on that little card, Patricia?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh. Well, I do certainly think a bluebird is nice. Oh, Harry, I'll have a little one too, please, since you're over there. I wish they'd play old Besame more times. You know, Besame's got class, and I am teaching myself Spanish off of it.
Well, that's wonderful, Sister Parker.
Yeah, listen, I can already say, Besame, besame mucho, como se quiero tenerte la última vez. Oh, besame mucho.
Tricia, get on over to the bank, get some change before it crowds up at lunchtime. Get 2 rolls each of pennies, nickels, and 50-cent pieces, 1 roll each of the others.
Yes,
And pull up your socks, Patricia.
My, ain't that a pretty little dress Patty's wearing today? I expect raspberry's my favorite color. Except maybe for tea rose.
Okay, boys, let's go. Out of the truck. Come on now. Up, uppity up. Let's go. Get out of this sun. Up, uppity up, uppity up, up.
Oh, my Lord.
Up.
Guck dir mal das Mädchen an der Kasse an. Wo kommt denn die her? Was für eine Menge Zeug hier.
Morning, sir.
Something I can do for you today, Corporal?
Well, these here men are detailed to Mr. Jackson's field for day work. And they was going to spend more time passing out than picking in this hot sun. So Mr. Jackson's giving them $2 apiece for hats. And the major said it was okay to bring them in here to get them.
Of course, you can't get no good day's work out of anybody with heat prostration.
That's right.
Come this way.
Yes, sir. Come on, boys. Come on, this way. Let's go. Snail, snail, come on.
All right, now, if you'll just tell me your size.
Riker there is the only one who speaks American.
Cowboyhüte verpasst.
They sure don't look like nobody's told them they're losing the war.
Oh, my lord. I thought they had to stay behind barbed wire.
No, we would like the straw ones, please. That the air may better circulate about the head. Your Georgia's son is quite formidable, yes?
Oh, my lord, that's my word. That Nazi is my word. Huh? Nothing.
That's quality. This one here'll last you for years.
Oh, das ist
$1.79.
Haben die wohl einen Spiegel hier?
I don't know what you're saying.
Wo ist der Spiegel, bitte?
Now, he would like to see a mirror. To see himself?
Here.
Do you have one?
Round the corner.
Spiegel is da.
Ja.
Nazi feet standing right here in America. Standing right here in Jenkinsville. Right here in the same store where we're standing. It just makes my stomach heave.
Oh, would you like some baking soda, Miss Ben?
Don't you think you ought to keep a gun on those fellas, Corporal?
Where are they gonna go?
Kann sich für die Arbeit rausputzen.
Can I help you?
Oh, please. You definitely may, and you very likely can. I don't know the word for it, but a little pencil sharpener. The sort which works on the razor principle.
Well, there's no special word. Just a little baby pencil sharpener.
Oh, yes, exactly so.
These? Can I have green, blue, or yellow if you don't like red?
I find this red one quite elegant, thank you. Quite sufficient unto my needs. Also, I would like 6 of those pencils. And 3 of those paper tablets, please.
Can I ask you something?
Of course. Everyone in America has asked me something.
I was just wondering, how come you speak such wonderful English?
Well, no great credit to me. My father was born in Deutschland, in Germany, but was educated at London.
Gee, that's something.
Why so?
Well, to be born in one country and have to go clear over to another just to get educated.
Well, keep in mind the relative smallness of the European countries.
Oh, I will, I do.
It is the same as if you were in this Georgia, and there were all the time around tourists from Tennessee or Alabama.
Only more interesting.
Okay, boys, playtime's over. Back to pea picking. Hup, huppity hup.
What is your name?
Patricia Ann Bergen. Patty?
Anton Friedrich Riker. And my friends, when I had them, called me Anton.
Anybody ever call you Tony?
No.
I knew they wouldn't. Did they really have barbed wire out there to keep you in?
Yes, they really do.
And ferocious dogs trained to kill?
Yes. And Captain O'Brien has a little spaniel, and Mrs. O'Brien has 2 fluffy cats.
Dankeschön.
Oh, just one more thing, Miss Bergen.
Oh, Patty.
Yes. That one. Looks like diamonds.
That one? Are you sure?
Precisely.
Well, where you been, Riker? Come on. Let's go, let's go.
Los, schneller! Lauf jetzt! Lauf hinterher! Pass auf da hinten! Schnell, komm rüber!
Yeah, well, I still think you're full of the old you-know-what, Riker.
Well, think what you like. It's a free country. Of course, if you change your mind.
If you're so royal and all, how come you're here, Baron?
Because we are the true German patriots, not Herr Hitler and his gang. And I'm not a baron, actually.
Okay, never mind that. Let me see it again. Ooh, sure is something, gotta admit that. How come they let you keep it?
They who?
Us. The guys over there. You know, us. The winners. How come a loser like you gets to keep something like that?
Because you Americans are so honorable, Private.
What you doing? Playing hit the hubcap. Hit anything, it's 1 point. Bullseye's 10.
Then what?
Then what? Well, think something else to do. Don't do nothing at all. You know something, Freddie? My father's kind of funny about you. One point each.
What's the good of having ones and tens if you don't end up making a score that wins a prize?
Beats me. Okay, here comes one. Now aim right smack in the middle where the little curve part is. Ready? Go. Your house, Brady, not mine. You can't go with me. My daddy will pop a vein.
White folks or colored?
Dunno. Don't think I saw. Probably white.
They know you, Mr. Harry Bergen's child?
Don't know.
Now you do just like I says. You take this money and you walks downtown till you finds that car. And you gives this to the man to pay for his broke window. Then you tells him how sorry you is, you hear?
I don't think it broke. Maybe.
Then when you finds the car and you sees it ain't broke, you just apologize and bring this on home. Sweet baby Jesus. Mr. Bergen?
I don't want to hear a word out of you. Not a peep, not a chirp, no lies and no smart remarks. They told me about you and that repulsive Freddie Dow.
Freddie's my friend and he's not
They
repulsive.
told me about you, too. I know you deliberately threw rocks at that car. Malicious. That's what you are, malicious.
Mr. Bergen,
Get
sir.
back in the kitchen. Always you tried to shame me and hurt me. Always tried to embarrass me in this town. Always.
I was gonna apologize and then I was gonna pay him back.
Stop it! Leave me alone!
Let's go, boy.
If I was you, I'd shoot the skunk on sight, Ethel. The only good one's a dead one, you know.
Won't smell him, boy. Get after him. Get in there. Come on, let's go now. Get him.
Come on, let's backtrack away, see if we can pick up the same.
So I told him, I said, look, I may not be your biggest account, but I'm not your smallest by a long shot. And when I order 6 dozen, I want 72 pair.
Well, I think you might have kept the 3 dozen he brought, Harry, because a bird in hand is worth more than a...
Don't tell me what I oughtn't do, Pearl. You're not my mother. Now, the main thing is...
Can I have another egg?
I'm telling you, girl, you keep interrupting.
Harry, you're making her nervous.
I make her nervous.
You want something else, Miss Patty?
Another egg, please. Can I have 2 hard-boiled ones in case I get hungry later?
Oh, yes, Ruth. You can give them to her, please. Anything that'll fatten her up and make her look like a real girl will help. And would you please do something about your hair?
You want to talk about hair? Come into the store with me.
It's nobody, just me, Patty. I brought you something to eat. You like chicken wings?
How big is the dog, and where's it now?
What?
Well, there's a dog pen down there. Where there's a dog pen, there's a dog.
Not no more. Sharon's allergic to dogs. People who built this house had the dog.
Sharon?
My little sister, almost 6.
What is this place?
My hideout. Oh, don't worry. Nobody comes here except me. And now you.
When is the next train?
Going where?
Anywhere. East.
Same time as last night. Same time every night. Only you can't catch it.
I can if you stay out of the way.
No, you can't, Anton. Half the world's after you. You can't go anywhere, not for a long time. But that's okay, because I'm here.
I'm sure I would have made that train. I'm sure I could have made it. Only that is not true. I'm sure I would not have. Thank you for this place, little girl.
Want a chicken wing?
Thank you, no. But I would like a toothbrush and some toothpaste, if that is possible. Not necessary, but nice. And also a razor and a shaving brush.
And a comb.
Precisely. There will soon be hunters around close by, friend Patty. And I will be their prey, running. I wish to look my best for the chase. Please, you will listen to the radio for me, and you will go where the people of Jenkinsville are. And this is more important than food or toothpaste. You will bring me news of the escaped prisoner, Anton Friedrich Riker.
Oh, no, I'm so sick of old Poinciana. I could scream.
Well, we can flip it over to the news. I would like to know how the weather's going to be this week. Oh, I'm planning these here picnics.
Oh, can't do it, Patty, honey, 'cause the minute your daddy comes back in here, he's gonna slap that thing off. And even though Poinciana don't deserve to be cut off in the middle.
Change your mind.
Okay.
Pearl, Gussie, everybody. Now, Mayor Holness and I have been all down this side of the street, and we gonna go directly to all the places on the other side of the street and tell everybody that there's very important news
Now,
that they...
Harry, there's no need to tell
There
everybody.
is important news that everybody ought to hear before it's on the radio and scares everybody unnecessarily into thinking we...
You mind, Harry? It's just this. Miss Bergen, Miss Field, folks, one of them prisoners from out of the camps escaped.
Oh, my Lord,
Out?
now the German.
No, well, I don't wonder you let him wander all over the place.
Now listen here. There's no need to go running around like chickens with their heads cut off. Even though he's armed and dangerous, the FBI's going to get his Nazi guts in no time flat. So just don't panic.
Oh, it's gonna be exactly like when they got Miss Bonnie and Mr. Clyde, with 100 million bullets flying all over the place, and the Nazi's gonna be cornered like a rat, and getting bullets just jammed in every part of his stinking, rotten Nazi body, and blood just squirting all over the place.
Patricia?
I'm gonna be sick.
I do hope not. What, Harry?
Hush, hush, I heard something.
Oh. Gotta stop all this spooky stuff here. I'm gonna be a mess of wrinkles if I don't get my sleep. Well, of course, you heard something. It's summer, Harry. There are all kinds of squirrels and things fooling around on the roof. Lie down. Go to sleep. Come on. Just sit. Oh.
I leave tomorrow.
You can't.
But I must.
Anton, you can't.
But I must get away. I must.
Anton, the FBI is after you. They didn't tell you who the FBI were when you were a little boy? Well, they're after you. And they're trapping the highways, hanging all over the bus depots, watching the trains like hawks. It was washed with Lysol, in case you were wondering.
Well, no one would know I'm German. I look like everyone.
You look pretty big and healthy. And 1A not to be fighting the Nazis or the Japs or somebody.
I shall limp.
A wounded veteran. Anton, I gotta ask you something. I guess you really love that Hitler, huh?
I beg your pardon?
And I guess you murdered a whole bunch of them GI Americans, huh?
Well, I did shoot at a whole bunch of British Tommies, but I would be extremely surprised if I hit one.
But you were trying to hit them.
Yes.
I told God you were a rotten shot.
Doesn't matter. The Labor Day revival's for anybody with love in their heart for Jesus.
But especially Baptists.
Of course, it's the Baptist Labor Day revival camp. So it's lots of fun. Folks come from every corner of the county. And they're all kinds of real cute boys. And the tent, it's the biggest thing you ever seen in your whole life. It's where the Reverend Decatur Jim saved souls before we come home. Of course, you wouldn't understand that, being a Jewish person and all.
Yeah, I guess you're busy with your manicure. I guess you wouldn't be real interested in knowing what the escaped German, the Nazi, said to me before he ran away.
You never.
Oh, yes, I did. And it was in my father's store when the army brought him in to get field hats so they wouldn't get sunstroke.
You're making every bit of this up as you go along.
I am not. Ask my father. Or Sister Barbara. And it was your daddy and Louise Jackson that gave him the money for the hats. Because it was his field they were going to drop dead in. Oh, well. I best be getting along. What the one who ran away said to me just wouldn't interest you at all.
What'd he say?
He said he hated that Hitler ever since he was a little boy in nursery school. And every time he was in church, he always said mean, rotten things about him, Hitler. And once he and his sister Nancy tried to blow him up, Hitler. But the bomb didn't go off right. That's how he ended up in prison camp.
That it? Well, what about Nancy?
Well, what about her?
Well, what happened to her?
They killed her. Hitler people killed her.
How?
I think they chopped her head off.
Yeah, nothing this side but skeeted.
Well, no sign of them in there, that's for sure. Hey, you boys check out that clump of trees over there. We'll take the ravine.
Bad.
Since I was a student at München at the time, and our Ruth was Liesel. Not black, but...
Oh, Ruth ain't black, for Pete's sake. She's Hershey Bar Brand.
Well, our Liesel was very white and somewhat married to Heinrich, the gardener.
Sounds like you were rich back there.
Well, no sisters, no brothers. My father was a professor of history. And my mother, she used to make wonderful stollen for the holidays.
They both died in the war?
Only my mother. She went to Dresden one day, never came back. My father isn't exactly dead. He's defunctionalized. Mandelhaft, their word for it, not mine. No, 4 years ago, the president of the university said to my father, Herr Professor Riker, I am informed that you have told your students that Chancellor Hitler sleeps with a Raggedy Ann doll.
Does he?
What?
Sleep with one. Hitler.
I will need another shirt. Not blue. And shoes. See, the trousers will do, but the rest is that of a prisoner. See, I wish to have the clothes of a free American gentleman. A brave young veteran of the war. Can you get me these things, P.B.?
Mm-hmm.
You have pretty hair.
Oh, I think it's awful.
No, I am the house guest. Do not contradict me, please. It's very poor etiquette, that. I like snow-capped mountains, and the music of silver flutes, and pretty dark hair. That is that.
Everybody likes snow-capped mountains.
Tell me about yourself.
Well, my little sister Sharon's almost 6.
Yes?
And my parents run the store.
For straw hats, Bergen's department store.
Mm-hmm.
It's a nice German name, that. Bergen.
It's a nice Jewish name, too.
You are not joking me? Well, I don't understand. I don't understand at all. Tell me.
What?
Oh, you know very well what, my little Bergen. Tell me why this place is not a trap. Tell me why you've helped me. Tell me why you've not gone to the authorities.
Well, I don't want to.
You are Jew, little girl. I'm a soldier of the Third Reich. We are enemies, you and I. We do not help each other, Jew. We cannot save each other.
Don't you like me, Anton?
Yes.
I knew you did right from the first. And I knew we could be best of friends. Formidable friends.
I mean, all of them together does have much of a cost. I paid them back. I had to send them here, give them all of them. But you don't have to pay.
Mother says I was to help you.
Got some special guests curbside, Harry. They're gonna be right along in any minute.
Help you fellas?
Maybe, Mr. Bergen, just maybe. I'm John Pierce. This is my partner, Ed McPhee.
I'm happy to meet you, sir. You too, Mr. McPhee? What can I do for the FBI today?
You recollect ever seeing this fellow?
This the one that escaped? Well, once, someone was brought in my store for field hats so they could...
day work one of my farms, Mr. Pierce, without dropping dead in the sun. Wasn't gonna get no good day's work out of them Nazis if it didn't have no hat to cover the head.
This one got a hat?
Maybe. Maybe the one spoke American so well. Smart alecky about it, too.
He didn't try to Jew you down the price, now did he?
But I'm not positive that's the one.
But you're not sure it's not either, are you?
No, sir, I'm not. I certainly would like to be of help to you and Mr. Hoover, but I really can't say for sure. I didn't pay too much attention to the rats, you see, once they started trying on the hats.
Did you see this man that day?
No, that ain't the man. Couldn't be. The man I sold the stuff to couldn't speak a word of English, and he'd point all over the place. And he was shorter than that man, a whole lot shorter. And he had to point and everything like a monkey. And I wouldn't talk to any old German even if you paid me $1 million. Nobody in this store would.
Mr. Pierce, that's enough now. You're
Now,
getting a
Mr.
girl
Bergen, please.
Now, look. I'm going to tell you something, and you can report it right back to Mr. Hoover. I am a Jew. My wife is a Jew. My daughters are Jews. And we don't help Nazis escape any more than we help a mad dog out to pound. So don't you make that girl nervous. She's a Bergen, and Bergens are patriots.
That crowd's nowhere around this sleeper.
We'll see.
כי הוא יום תחילה למקראי קודש זכר ליציאס מצרויים כי בנו בחרתו
Reports of Nazi atrocities against our fellow Jews in Europe reach us with ever-increasing gruesome details. For 1900 years, we as a people have fought prejudice and evil, and we prevailed. Amidst the pain and suffering of these times, we must sustain our fellow Jews.
We went to Temple in Corona. They have one there. We go every month when there's enough gas.
Oh, that's nice.
No, it wasn't nice. It wasn't nice at all. The rabbi talked a whole bunch about it made me feel like a Jewish person. And I've always thought of me as American. And he talked about how horrible Hitler was. Made me feel kind of funny in the stomach. But all I could think about was we don't have any real shaving brushes in the store. This will have to do. Anton, I just want to tell you that you really and truly are safe here. Anton?
Young Winter Brown will be on the air at the same time Monday, 4:45 p.m. Eastern
Well,
Standard Time.
is you gonna tell Ruth why you so rat mean today? Or you just gonna sit there wallowing in your meanness?
I'm going to the store.
You put on a dress first.
No.
$5'2", eyes are blue, but oh, what does 5 foot good do? Has anybody seen my gal? Turned up nose, turned down hose, flapper, yes sir, one of those. Has anybody seen my gal? Now if you run into a 5'2", covered with fur, diamond rings and all those things, bet your life it isn't her. But could she love, could she woo, could she coo? Has anybody seen my, has anybody seen my, has anybody seen my gal?
Terrific! Oh, such a star. I didn't know you had that kind of talent running in your family. Does she take after you, Mr. B?
Listen, May, you won't think I'm crazy when I tell you this, but to my mind, Sharon is every bit as good as Shirley Temple. And Sharon hadn't had nowhere near the practice Shirley had.
Oh, that's not the least bit crazy. She's got movie star sparkle all over the place.
No, you were not. You were a dumb, stupid show-off, no more than a monkey on a string, and all that twirling's gonna get you deformed before you're 12.
Oh, take a look at those now. They have wonderful leathers. They're hard to find.
Oh, God, I didn't mean to do that. I really didn't. I do love Sharon, and I do think she's cute. And she's too young to know what a jerk they're bringing her up to be. And God, maybe it is best that Anton did escape. But if you know where he is, don't tell him how mean and rotten I was to Sharon. Oh, God, please tell me where he is.
Spread out. Hey, Billy, you take over there, and you four go around that way. Keep your eyes open. Okay, if you see him, nothing stupid, just holler.
know, the carry on this railroad stinks in there. Let's try next week.
Anton, you're not on the train.
Did you wave a nice goodbye to the soldiers on their trip?
If you got caught, it would have been my fault because you ran away thinking that I was gonna go and... Listen, I ain't gonna snitch on you just because I'm Jewish. I promise. Friends don't do that. I just wouldn't tell any, that's all. No matter how much I hate the Nazis.
No, of course you would not.
But you can't run away again. That Mr. Pierce came to my father's door and he said that there's FBI on everything from here to Alaska.
Well, then I shall wait. A little. And someday in this big war, something more important than poor Riker will take their attention. And that is when I shall leave, when it is safe.
But Anton...
Because I must. Then I must.
Patricia.
Yes, ma'am?
Patricia. Sharon is upstairs crying her poor little eyes out because she says that you have been hateful to her. Now, if you are not old enough to be sweet to a poor little bitty girl like that.
Sharon misunderstood something I said. I'll tell her.
Oh? Well, that's a good girl. Pull up your socks.
Didn't catch a train, didn't catch a bus. You sure as shooting didn't catch an airplane. So, either he's walked himself all the way to Berlin by now, or he never left here.
Well, the Army's looked all over for him, ain't turned him up.
That's the Army's problem.
So what we gonna do, Jack?
We're gonna look harder than they did. We're gonna look inside this place, not just outside.
A house to house?
Correct, McPhee. A house to house.
You sure is dreaming about and doing a lot of strange eating lately. Ain't been no supper leftovers here for lunch in nearly a week.
Metabolism. That's the new word for the week. And mine has changed.
Well, you ain't. You ain't filled out one little bit.
It takes time. Metabolism does. There's Freddie. Daddy'd have a fit if he saw him. Ruth, How come Daddy hates Freddie so much?
I'm not sure. I think maybe your daddy just don't want folks seeing none of his hanging around with po folks.
That's the silliest thing I ever heard.
You better hustle that Freddie off before your daddy comes home, or you're gonna have another word except silly to say about what happens. Your daddy just don't like Freddie Dowden, that's all there is to it.
Freddie, I gotta tell you something.
I got a pet, Patty. Not a dog, but you want to see?
Well, I'd really like to explain.
See?
He's pretty. I like stripy ones, too. Can I hold him?
Sure. Fan him out by the poison ivy in here, I will. Somebody must have left him on the roadside.
Your granny gonna let you keep him?
Sure, as long as it don't keep no food off her plate.
Listen, Freddie, the kid is wonderful. My daddy's gonna be home any minute. He's kind of funny about me hanging around with boys. So maybe if you go on home now, I'll come visit you tomorrow.
Sure. See you.
Bye.
You come here. You come here right this minute.
Well, I gotta explain something, because I didn't ask Freddie to come visit.
I said for you to come here to me, Patricia. Now, that's what I want for you to do.
You don't understand. Oh.
You won't listen.
Ow!
You won't.
Well, listen, please. Ow! Daddy, please listen. Please listen. Just listen. Ow!
I have tried to be reasonable. I have tried to talk. I have tried to be patient.
Ow! No, don't!
I will. I will have you mind what I say, and I won't have...
Get back!
Filthy boy!
Daddy, don't! Please stop!
Mr. Bergen, you done taught that child enough lesson for one day, Mr. Bergen.
Watch your mouth, woman. And watch where you step.
Gotta get up by yourself, girl. Can't Ruth and nobody else do it for you. All right, let's get this straight. You the one escaped from that prison camp? And you been here all this time?
Yes.
He been in my hideout.
And this girl been sneaking you food. Sit.
Thank you.
My boy Robert's over there in the war fighting Nazis. He gets caught and runs away. You suppose some Nazi lady's gonna feed him a hot breakfast?
I would hope so. I really would.
Never mind. Lord, Lord, we got a big problem here. One old colored fool, one crazy Jew baby, and one escaped Nazi. Lord, tell me this ain't part of your plan.
Miss Bergen, I have something to say.
Oh, Miss Van,
What can I do for you?
It's about your Negro.
Ruth?
You got more than one Negro, Miss Bergen. Last evening, I was at the Save More Market to take advantage of their markdown Hamburg when your Ruth seized me and practically knocked me down running to get to the meat counter first. Oh, give me all the rest of that Hamburg, Sam, she says.
Oh.
And I just want to know, Miss Harry Bergen, what a darkie's planning on doing with 2 pounds of Hamburg.
Well, I really sure
Now,
I
you don't have an answer to that, do you? You don't know what to say.
Well, I just can't imagine.
Well, I don't imagine. I know. All she wanted was to keep me from getting it, and that is the gospel truth.
Oh, no, I'm sure that's not
Now,
it.
I'm sure that I haven't the faintest notion how you kind of people do it. But the rest of us in this town know. Well, we were born knowing how to manage our Negros.
Miss Ben, do let me apologize for any inconvenience that you might have suffered.
I rather imagine, Miss Ben, that she has eaten that meat already.
I don't want the meat.
Oh, no, no? Well, what is it that you do want, Miss Ben?
For you to fire her, of course.
Oh, I couldn't do that. I mean, she's the best cook and housekeeper we've ever had.
He's got to go. He's got to go now.
But he can't.
Why are you making more trouble than ever for yourself? Just tell me that.
Because he's my friend.
He's the Nazi enemy, Patty, babe.
He's not a Nazi. He's German. And he's my friend. He's my best friend I've ever had in the world. He talks to me and he tells me things. Because he likes me. He truly likes me.
I knows that.
How? How do you know? You tell me how you know he likes me.
First, I seen him running out to kill your daddy. Running out of safe hiding just to stop your pain.
Ruth, how come you're always such a smiling person no matter what?
'Cause crying over it don't help nor heal.
Yeah, but you never look like you're putting it on. You're just real happy like.
Mostly I likes to keep my Jubilee in easy reach.
I don't know why. I've never known. He's just always been funny about me.
Has he ever hit you before?
3, maybe 4 times.
What about your mama?
She's okay. I remember something. I remember it all the time, not just now. When I was real little, and I was playing in my sandbox. And it was way before Granny Bergen died because she was visiting us for the summer. And I spent all morning building a King Arthur sandcastle. And my daddy was on his way into the house. He stopped by. He said, "That is a mighty nice King Arthur castle. That is mighty fine." And I was so happy. I thought that was so nice that I thought maybe if I went and got some water and put it on top of the castle, maybe it would turn into cement and last forever. Yeah. But then my Granny Bergen stuck her head out the window and called, "Lunch is ready." And my daddy took his foot and put it right through my castle.
You should talk with him. Find out who he is and how you can live together.
I can't. He won't talk to me. Never has, never will. And my mama, she just ain't got much to say. She's just there. You know what, Anton?
What, Liebchen? Tell me, Peavy.
You are the first person in this whole world that I've ever met that talks to me. I got something for you. This was a special present for you from me.
Well, I will tell you something that will make it extra special. Today is my birthday.
Oh, I'm so glad. Oh, Anton, that's wonderful. Happy, happy birthday. Open it up.
It's very new.
Never been worn.
But
Try it on.
you are my birthday present, PB. You are good and kind and beautiful in a world that has not shown me beauty in a very long time. When all my birthdays in this lifetime are over, there will be none so important to me as this one.
Anton?
Yes?
Could I ask you something?
Of course.
When the war's over and everything, you think you could wait for me until I could get to Germany?
No dreams now. Not beyond dreams that perhaps can someday come true. When the war is over, there will be no more Germany. Not a real Germany. There will only be a shambles that Germans have made for other Germans. It would not be a place that you would like, P.P.
What is a leap bin?
A dear one. One who matters. One who lives in the heart.
I love you, Anton. I did from the first, and I always will.
Afternoon, Mr. Bergen. Pierce. Remember?
Afternoon.
You know Mr. McPhee. I hope I'm not interrupting lunch.
No, we've ate. Come in, gentlemen. Pearl! Just come right this way, gentlemen. Pearl, you remember Mr. Pierce from the FBI?
Oh.
And Mr. McPhee?
Indeed, I do. Well, could I offer you gentlemen a glass of iced tea or something?
That sure is nice of you, ma'am.
No, thank you, ma'am. We're just here for a few minutes on business. For the...
Business?
Right. See, we kind of reached what you might call a dead end on this Riker thing. He just plain hasn't been on anything moving out of here since he jumped the camp. You see?
I see.
Oh, that's good. I knew you would. So if we could just have a quick look around the place.
House to house is what you might call it, sir.
Right.
Wait a minute. Hold on now. You want to search my house for a Nazi?
Right.
Well, you can both take yourselves right out of here this minute.
It's not only you folks. You're just the next down the street. See, we figured that we ought to make real sure that the prisoner hasn't holed up right here in Jenkinsville till things lightened up.
All right. Fine. Anything I can do to help Mr. Hoover, anything at all, where would you like to start looking?
Any other buildings on the place beside the garage and that old shed out and back?
I got a dog peeing, but no doggy.
Well, honey, what you need is a pup.
Dogs make our little girl go all over red welts, Mr. Pierce.
Anton, you gotta go, and you gotta go right now. The FBI's right inside my house.
How many men?
Well, there's 2, and that's enough. If they come up here and catch you, we can't go to Munchin together and watch the opera.
I want to give you something. This was my grandfather's. He was a very formidable old man. Now it is yours.
But Anton, the FBI's coming.
It is very important to me that you have this ring, P.P.
I don't deserve it.
And when I am gone, I wanted to remind you.
I don't want you to leave. I never wanted you to have to leave.
I wanted to remind you that you are a person of value in this world, and that you have a friend always. I must say auf Wiedersehen now. Not quite the same as your goodbye.
Feels the same as goodbye.
You don't suspect any of us in Jenkinsville would help that man.
Don't suspect much at all. No, that crowd's somewhere around here since he skipped the camp.
He'd be millions of miles away by now.
Maybe, possibly, probably. Maybe not.
You certainly don't think he's in there with my best dresses.
I love you, Anton. I love you now. And I love you forever.
Oh, there's the new garage, too.
After the shed, Mr. Bergen.
I'll just stay here. That old place is too tumble down for me to go poking around in.
You lead the way, sir. You got a dog for that pen? Oh, yeah, the little girl's allergic.
How come? You fix this place up more in your own room.
I like it better in here.
Greyhound bus.
Not just for running away, God.
Not like they got Bonnie and Clyde. Wouldn't be right. I promise. He can't even shoot straight. I bet. I swear. Oh, please, God, don't let the FBI catch him. Amen.
No, he's white and big. Don't I know the difference between white and colored? All damn night, I tell you. Ours and ours, just watching out there from past the trees. No, I ain't got no cash. No more than $3. Ain't been duly squatting on this road since the morning Greyhound took a... But he don't know that. He probably thinks I got lots in the till and he's just waiting to jump on. No, I ain't gonna run, you fool. He's big. Now, you gonna call the police or not, Ma?
We're bound to get him. Hey, you see him,
Sit up, Patricia. Mr. Pierce wants to ask you something.
Is it time to get up yet?
Never mind that. Just talk to Mr. Pierce.
I'll do it if you don't mind, sir.
Well, you woke us up in the middle of the night. I'd like to know why.
Just hang on, sir. This won't take more than a minute. Did you ever see this fellow before?
I told you no.
Not ever?
Not ever.
How about in your father's store with other prisoners?
No.
You sure?
Yeah.
Maybe you saw him and you forgot.
I'm good at faces. I've never seen that one in my whole life.
You're positive?
She said she hadn't seen him.
So if you had seen this fella, you'd remember?
Yes, sir.
Isn't that my shirt?
You shot Anton, Mr. Pierce?
I didn't.
But Anton's dead?
That's right.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
Anton Friedrich Riker was shot dead at 1:02 this morning.
You knew that Nazi?
Oh, Patty.
How? How could you know him? How?
Patty, babe?
You troublemaker. You encouraged that evil little... Get out. You're fired out this house. I don't ever want to see your stupid black face again.
Murderers. Murderers. Murderers! Murderers!
May I come in, Patricia? You don't have to come downstairs for meals if you don't want to. But your mother will not bring food upstairs. It would be polite if you would let your mother know whether you're coming down for lunch, so she don't set a place needlessly at the table. Cook food that's only going to waste. I spoke to Mr. Levy in Corona, lawyer. He will represent you at the hearing, you being a minor. And in the end, you'll be remanded to our custody, your mother's and mine, till you're 18. According to Mr. Levy, you're not legally a traitor. You're only a juvenile delinquent. I remember the day you were born. It was the saddest day of my life. Your grandmother Bergen was mean and stingy with her affections. Oh, there was plenty full of others. My daddy and Burton Morris. Not too little bit for me. And then there you were, looking just like her. Pearl and I wouldn't even have to get married. I could see through that glass window. Not 12 hours after you were born, at you. I knew right away that you hated me, you see. I knew that the very first day. I never, not in all my dreams, I never thought you'd go this far. You gave my shirt to that Nazi.
You never even took out the pins.
When I saw my initials, my very own initials, all covered with Nazi blood, But I figured things would work out anyway. And then Sharon come along all pale and pretty and new, and I thought it'd be all right. We could still be a good family. But you hated me so much. I couldn't stand how you hated me. I couldn't hardly stand to look at you. I still can't. I never will. You're a bad person, Patricia. But you're a Bergen. So I'll do what's called for now. I can't legally cleanse my hands of you. The law can't legally call you a traitor. But you've done all the hurt you can to me. A person can only stand so much. A man can only try so hard for so long.
I never meant to hurt you.
You will live in this house till it's time for you to go. You will live here with my wife and my daughter, Sharon. But you are dead to me, girl.
You'll need a little light sweater over your shoulders, Patricia. And put up your socks. And lunch.
Played with my little girl. Believe that? Child's ruined. Ruined.
Jew Nazi.
Nigger, Jew, Nazi lover.
Ruth? Come on into Ruth, Patty, babe.
I was gonna take my $1,000 war bond that Granny Bergen gave me when I was 18 and the war was over. And I was gonna take a train to New York. And I was gonna take a boat to Germany. And then I was gonna take another train to Munchkin. And then a lady at the hotel would say to me, "Miss Rocker," and I would say, "Yes, ma'am," and she would say, "Mr. Rocker's waiting up in the room for you, and you better hurry, because you're going to miss the opera."
Hush, honey. Hush down, sweet. Hush. Now you take that ring off of that chain and put it on your biggest finger. Now scrunch in closer to my knee. I'm gonna tell you something, and I want you to listen like you ain't never listened to nobody before. That stuff about being Miss Riker and going to Germany ain't serving that boy nor you one little bit. It ain't what your life's gotta be about. And I promises you to baby Jesus, it ain't what he got shot for.
And that was the only thing I ever had in this world.
Ain't true. You had Ruth. You still does. And that's a help. It is. But most important of all, Patty, babe, you've got you. You think Mr. Riker went round thinking so highly of a no-count girl? You think that boy would give a big gold ring like that to a nobody? You think that
Anton really loved me like he once kind of said he did?
I know he did. I seen it clear as the Christmas star.
How come my mother and my father?
Look here. When I go shopping and I see something marked irregular, I knows that I ain't gonna have to pay so much for it. But girl, you got yourself some irregular folks. And you've been paying top dollar for them all along. So just don't go wasting up your life wishing for what ain't gonna be.
He said I was a bad person ever since the day I was born. And that I was a dead person, too.
You ain't bad and you ain't dead. Mr. Riker knowed it, and I knows it. And I'm telling you, Miss Patty Bergen, we is the only ones that matters. 'Cause me and him ain't irregular. Now you stand up. Straight. And you jam that ring on so hard that it just sits still. You is a whole person of your own. A creature of God and a thing that matters in this world. Straight up, girl. You got person pride from this day on. And I don't never want to see you slopping your shoulders nor your soul again. Not never. You leave this girl be. Now and evermore, leave her be. Ain't no judge except the one on high. So you just go on about your business and let this girl pass through this here street.